Crit, nice. Beautiful, that was a decent shot, I would say. Oh! Whoo! The Browning's doing work! Alright everybody, hello and welcome back to another episode on War Thunder with me, Spacefish, and welcome to the F-80C. Now the F-80C being a very dear to my heart jet in War Thunder because it is actually the first jet I have ever owned in this game, and I've got a good bunch of very happy memories with it. Back when I first got this thing, it was still quite new. I am pretty sure that I actually got introduced with the F9, F5 that you can also see down there in my deck, and well, it was actually honestly doing quite well for me. It was very competitive. Back then the Brownings were actually rather strong before the big nerf hit them, and I was very happy with the overall capabilities of this jet, and overall I would say quite successful with it. So many good memories with this thing. It comes in at a battle rating of 7.7. If we have a quick look at the American tech tree right here, you can see that this particular version of the F-80C actually these days isn't the entry model to the American jet tree anymore. At least in this tech tree line, this would now be the F-80A5, and well, it also used to be in the Sabre line, which now is not the case anymore, as you can very obviously see. It is now in the Starfighter line with the new F-5E Freedom Fighter. So a bit of a change there in terms of the tech tree, but still rather far down in the tech tree. Battle rating of 7.7. You do get 6 Browning machine guns, 12.7 millimeters of course, and well, we'll find out how effective those actually are still today, so that's going to be very interesting. Max speed for me currently 893 kilometers an hour, but you can actually boost that a good bit more through well, pushing the cover, pushing the wings repair. You will get a bit more speed, but you can see that I do actually have some of the more significant upgrades, being the engine, being the compressor, and well, the fuselage repair, honestly adding quite a good bit to the tally too, but well, you can push it a bit further most certainly. Turn time for me currently being at 24.8 second, rate of climb 22.5, both of which you can push a tad bit further, but not all too much more. So that is all in all, I think, very interesting for a BR of 7.7. Feels to me like quite a fine and competitive value that should be doing quite alright for me. Armor-wise, nothing really crazily out of the ordinary. You've got a steel plate at the back here, you've got a bit of bulletproof glass right here, and another steel plate right there, so you know, maybe a few small caliber bullets the pilot will survive, but nothing really crazily saving you there most likely. And then you have, well, your usual layout right here with the engine back there having a max thrust of 1980, takeoff thrust being a bit higher than that. But yeah, so interesting plane. I remember it as rather fast for the BR, and also pretty decent for maneuverability plane. Nothing really that would stick out in one way or another. Back then it was more of an all-rounder to me, but I think after all this time, it's certainly been a few years since I've flown this thing. It is somewhat time to get back to this plane to see, well, just how competitive it still is these days, how well it is doing, and just, well, have a little bit of a summary of how the plane changed, and maybe how good of an entry-ish plane it is still going to potentially be for those of you that do consider going down this way in the tech tree. So let's go and actually just jump straight into the clips, have some fun with this thing, hopefully, get some nice kills, and, well, see how this thing does for us. Alright everybody, so welcome then to the first clip. I did feel a little bit adventurous today, so we are going to experiment a tad bit in the first clip here and start out the, well, the first attempt at the F-80 with 7 minutes of fuel, which did in the end, I think, somewhat... Ooh! Did you all see that glitch, or was that just on my screen? Wow, rip. Oh, that was a weird glitch for me right there. But yeah, so, well, I'm totally out of it now. We will try the 7 minutes, see if that is even remotely working, or if we're going to run out of fuel before much of anything happens. I very much hope that it is going to indeed be working for us. Otherwise, we'll go to 20 minutes in the next one, of course. But, well, going for the far end acceleration slash climb here, we will go for a nice 10-degree zoom climb at 660 kilometers an hour, which it seems we could have actually sped up a tad bit more. So finding out about things as we go here, I'm sure that would probably not be the case if we would have gone for the 20 minutes of fuel. But you do see in the upper left-hand corner that we do have war emergency power, so not an afterburner, of course, at a BR of 7.7. I think that is very reasonable, but still a nice little speed boost right there. Now, there is an F-84F coming up on our tail here, and I think that may end up being a bit of an issue for us, unless he... turns away from us like that, which is of course very nice. I am slightly worried about us being somewhat lonely out here, so we will turn off to the left side for the time being. That Sagittario 2 down there is already fighting an F-84F. He's probably going to get that guy on his tail, but I'm slightly worried about me not seeing half the enemy team currently. I think they may very much be waiting to pounce onto that fight currently. We could try. I'm not seeing a single person below me though, is the issue. I see the Horton, like, visually. That's about it. I do not see the F-89D even visually. There he is. Off to our right there. I think we will be focusing on the F-89D here, because he's very much turning into us. And then we will nicely turn away from the F-89D, because we're not going to go head first to the freaking missile spam of that dude. We've got an energy advantage here, which we're going to try and play out in our favour. The other dudes all being way further below us, I think does allow us to play around a bit here if we want to. Please don't die, J28. There's a LA-15 coming at us now, which we can probably snipe out of the air. Not quite as much as we just lock over our rudder. That is an issue. Yeah. Where'd the F-89D go? Worried? There he is. Oh no! Ree! Go away! Go away! Go away! Stop spamming your friggin' missiles! I knew it! Friggin' bugger! He is stalling, so that's good news for us currently. Oh my god. I hate this friggin' plane, dude. Like, seriously. The F-89D is absolutely the bane of me. Can't just leave the R2Y2 alone. We're gonna run out of fuel, just saying. We're somewhat close to the base, I suppose. Maybe at least it gives our buddy some time to refuel, but one way or another, that's not great. The F-89D is probably going to be turning the second he sees us coming in. Yeah, very evidently. So we're going to go and climb. And hopefully the R2Y2 will be out to get him. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. How many more rockets do you even have in that darn thing? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. There goes the R2Y2. This is really not great. Like, what am I supposed to do about this friggin' thing? Now I'm in a 1v3 situation where, yes, I have the energy advantage, but that's about it. So, Yeah. I know I've got something behind me somewhere, probably. And I can't hit these guns. For God's sake. Oh my god. Okay, see you in the next one. Come on. I think he's dying. Oh my god, we got him. So worth it. We got him, everyone. There we go. There goes the satisfaction of murdering the dude. Alright, so welcome to another one, and welcome to what is hopefully going to be a bit more of a realistic test of our zoom climb at a 10-degree angle. You can see we are just taking off the airfield right here, and we're going to go with 20 minutes of fuel again to a speed of like about 690 kilometers an hour before we're going to go and try for the zoom climb to try and see, well, just how high the speed is that we are realistically going to be able to hold at 10 degrees in the first minute or so of the zoom climb. So let's go and actually try and hit like 680. Then we're going to go for 10 degrees as usual, and let's see where we're going to end up. You can see with war emergency power we're actually hitting, well, holding that speed about nicely, which is pretty decent, I would say. Very much acceptable. I will take it off real quick and you can see that it's actually falling off quite significantly. So maybe worth consideration to just hold off on that war emergency power for a bit longer and save it for your actual climb, not the initial acceleration, in order to be able to hold that climbing speed for quite a while. Alright, you can see we're actually starting to get some action around here. Now the first bad news of the day being there's two F-89Ds in this game. Now the fight down here, Su-11 versus Seahawk, there's already like two teammates on the tails of that. So I think what I'm going to do here instead is, I was going to go for that MiG-9 because he was in a fight with a teammate, but there's another MiG-9 that just popped up in front of me, only 1 kilometer out, so I would argue that is our prime target for the moment. Now, he does seem to be somewhat turning into me, which does help, I suppose. I'm going to not overspeed here. I'm going to crit him here. I really can't quite get my target reticle onto him, and we do have an issue here because we're absolutely G-locked out of this plane. Really don't appreciate that at all. And there he goes, that enemy kill assist. I think we can live with that for the time being. Now, there is still that fight down below. Let's refocus on that unless we have anything on our tail, which we do not appear to. So Su-11, LE-15, and an F-89D right in front of us. Can we take advantage of that? Crit. Nice. We can, apparently. And that's another kill assist for us. Okay. I can also live with that, I would say. And we are G-locked out again. Excuse my bad pilot. Not really much I can do about that. There should be enemies there still, which indeed there is an LE-15. Very much coming my way, or not anymore, because it just absolutely got dunked. Cool. That was a decent fight, I would say. Not the greatest effect in terms of kills, but we did help our team kill 2 people, and that's apparently already the end of the match, which is absolutely insane, to be honest. Let's quickly go kill some artillery, and I will see you all on the other side. Alright, back 1 second earlier, you can see this list of ammo right here, if you have paused there for a quick second. I just wanted to actually highlight that for a quick second, because I did not actually see that previously. But one important part then actually being that for these 12.7mm guns, you do not get an air target build. You only have an option of omni-purpose here, which does give you API, API-T, and some incendiary bullets, so not the worst mix of all of them, but maybe a quick little thing to highlight here too that I did miss in my initial overview of the plane. But with that said, we are on Afghanistan again, which is an utterly huge map, as we all should know by now, so probably going to take me a few bajillion years to actually get into the action. I'll see you on the other side. I am bottom tier on most of these games, like the last one with the MiG-9s and everything. That was, you know, maybe not as much, but other than that, you know, this is all planes which I'm going to struggle quite a lot actually even keeping up with. Most of these things easily go 1k. There's an F-84C diving right in front of my face. Which you can see is way faster than me. And that looked like he was about to plummet into the ground, but very evidently he didn't. Yeah, I'm not catching that dude at all, though. There's a Chica! There's an I-15 Chica, and there's an F-86 F-30 on my back right there. That will hurt, potentially. Ow. Go away. Friggin' re. Yeah, so this is not... Hit him. Got your back. God, that was annoying. I don't think our engine actually took damage, which is a good part. But that's about it. So, slight bit of damage. Luckily not all too major. I don't know about the Brownings and all, I have to say. It doesn't really feel like... I cannot turn on that dude. There is a MiG-15. He's going to be right behind me otherwise. Ow! Ow! Anti-air! What in the world? There's anti-air here. What? Okay, I evidently do not know this map anymore. Why am I above an airfield with anti-air shooting me in the face? That's not great. My pilot is hurt. Engine doing well for the time being, but, you know, probably worth moving on before he gets shot out of the skies by that. We're going to try and continue helping the team here, but, yeah, I mean, these speeds and my engine heat not doing well and me losing fuel and everything, there's, yeah, it's not looking too great for me right now, to be honest. There's also a MiG-15 to my left here, which is also not too great. I'm not even going to be able to catch up with that unless that Italian plane pulls a quick one on the MiG-15. He does. Crit, nice. Beautiful, that was a decent shot, I would say. Oh! Whoo! The Browning's doing work! Okay, and now we're talking. That was decent. I like it. There's a Chica coming my way. Go away, Chica. Alright then, so back we are for another one. And we are still mid-climb, but you can see things are quickly already unfolding down below us. So, not really much time to keep going for a climb. I've got no clue what that up there is, but its climb rate is insane. We seem to have gotten something somewhat alright for our BR. No really crazy up tiers or anything, I think. So, that's nice, you know. I certainly do appreciate that. It will hopefully work out well for us. Now, down below, we've got two Me-262s already fighting and slugging away at our teammates. So we're probably going to go intervene right there, unless... Actually, well, all the other enemies are getting rather close, so we're going to go and fold in behind that, I think. And just, you know, use our height and energy advantage to kind of choose when we want to engage. Going probably for the MiG-9 here first, because... Oh, no, that does not work out for us. It is piling up on our teammate there with another dude, but I cannot just pounce in like that. The maneuverability of this plane is not insane enough to make that happen. So let's try. MiG-9 is apparently gone. I don't see him currently, but the Su-9 is still on the back of that dude. So let's try and get that one off him for the time being, and then we'll continue. So, critical hit, fire on the engine, that's about it. Done for him, I think. We'll go and zoom off. Buddy is happy. We will say yes, because no problem is not a thing in this game. And, well, then we will move on. So, not quite sure where the rest of the enemies have gone all out of a sudden, to be honest. There's an HE-51 back there. Alright then, everyone, back we are in the main menu for a quick summary on my thoughts on the F-80C-10. So, for a start, maybe a very quick one about the fuel. I honestly think you should go for 20 minutes on this thing. 7 minutes definitely being an option on the smaller maps, but you can see you can very quickly get into a predicament with this plane, 7 minutes also generally being very little. When I do it in the MiG-15, I think it's got like 8 or 9 minutes of fuel, which is way more comfortable of a margin. This really, really very borderline, and I think this plane, honestly, with 20 minutes of fuel is still very, very usable. So in general, my verdict on this thing, is it a great plane? No. Is it a good plane? Maybe. I would say it is solid, and I would also say that it is probably, honestly, a really good introductory plane for people that are new to jets. If you're a new bro to jets, I think you will be somewhat happy with this thing. I'm really not impressed about any part of this plane in particular. I think it's like a very much an all-rounder. It's not the fastest climbing one. It's not the fastest one in general. It's not the most maneuverable one. It certainly doesn't have the most firepower, but it does fill out each and every one of these points to a certain degree, I would argue. The firepower, I think, being honestly the greatest shortcoming of this plane, but also the greatest advantage to new bros. So, well, I mean, for a start, you will, one way or another, coming from props, probably have to learn to energy fight this thing a bit more, and just fly it as a jet. I mean, that's always something that you have to learn when going on to jets from props. That is fine. I would say, though, that the guns, giving you 1,800 shots of ammunition, and quite the muzzle velocity as well, are probably one of the most entry-friendly things you will find. You can spam them a good bunch if you're not really quite sure where to hit or how hard they will hit, because let me tell you, they don't hit very hard, and if you're just not all that confident aiming these things, especially at the new high speeds of planes that you will be fighting, and yeah, I don't know. I would say it is very, very new bro friendly. Now, on the other hand side, greatest shortcoming, as I said, because the firepower really isn't crazy. Like you can see in all these clips, I think we had some decent ones. I had one where I got like 2 or 3 kill assists, and the thing was that it was really just kill assists. Because any other plane with like high firepower, higher caliber cannons, like an F-80C-10, for example, like an F-9, F-5, like a Meteor 163 or a ME-262, something like that. Those, like, everything that I shot would have been dead there. The Brownings, not as much. You can see, for example, with the MiG that did get its wing disintegrated, if you apply enough of those shots, you will kill things. And you've got enough ammo to spam it to try, and I think you can certainly develop a decent reliability there. It is not the greatest thing in this plane, though. You will find, if you move up through the tiers a bit more, that these guns are comparatively weak, but I wouldn't say that they are bad at all. They are usable, and you can get some effect with it, and that is my verdict for the overall plane as well. It is usable. I think new bros to jets will enjoy it. It is a good entrance into the realm of jets. It's one of the easier ones to fly, and I think you can very nicely get used to it. But as you get more experience and as you move up through the battle ratings, you will find that there's certainly more performant and dominant jets out there. So yeah, that's my verdict on the F-80C-10. I hope you all enjoyed the video. As usual, of course, if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. That does always help out a ton with the discoverability on YouTube. Please let me know your thoughts on this plane down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you say that it's as noob friendly as I'm making it out to be? For me personally, that would very much be the case. But of course, I'm very interested in your guys' and girls' opinions on this stuff too. But well, with that said, let's end it off right here. If you really enjoyed the episode, if you want to stay around for future ones, definitely make sure, of course, to hit that subscribe button right down below, as well as the bell icon to get updates whenever a new episode comes out. And, well, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I will catch you in the next one very, very soon. Ciao.